Listen, since we on it, let's just get all on the table.
Yes.
Why are you telling these ladies that you are a producer on my show?
I didn't never say I was no producer. That's a goddamn lie.
If you thought Friendsgiving was messy, just wait until you hear what went down when Christian finally sat down with Jackie and Jennifer. Secrets were spilled, receipts were pulled, and Jennifer looked shook. This wasn't just gossip, this was a sit down that needed to happen. Jackie came ready to clear the air and Christian didn't hold back. He brought real facts. We're talking about a $1,500 0-cent payment, a failed trading deal, claims of ghosting, and Christian flipping the whole thing with actual receipts. And when he brought up Evelyn, shots were fired. Let's just say Jackie tried to mediate, but even she looked caught off guard by how much Christian exposed. And Jennifer, well, she didn't have much to say when the receipts came out. But let's rewind for a second and talk about how we even got here, because the drama didn't just start overnight.
You know what you did.
I was doing.
You know what you
doing. Say it.
I was hoping that Evelyn and Jennifer addressed their issues on this trip, but I was also hoping there was no yelling involved.
Let's go back to Friendsgiving, because that's where the cracks really started to show. Evelyn came in hot, bringing up old drama, pointing fingers, and putting Christian and his business dealings front and center. She questioned the whole situation with Jennifer and that trading money, and just like that, the vibe shifted. Accusations started flying, and folks started choosing sides. But instead of shutting it down or brushing it off, Jackie decided it was time to stop the whispers and get to the truth. She wasn't here to play telephone with the drama. She wanted everything laid out on the table. Jackie made it clear, no more behind-the-scenes talk. If people had something to say, now was the time to say it to each other. Jackie wasn't here for the whispers and gossip. She wanted receipts, and Christian came prepared. He wasn't about to let his name be dragged without defending himself. This wasn't some emotional outburst either. He was calm, collected, and had every intention of setting the record straight. When Christian walked in, he wasn't loud or defensive. He greeted Jackie with respect, sat down, and was totally cool in his tone. But you could feel it. He had something to say, and he wasn't gonna let anything slide. He didn't waste time either. He made it clear he respected Jackie and appreciated the chance to finally speak on it. Now this is where things get spicy, because Christian didn't come empty-handed. He brought the actual text receipts, and guys, the tea was hot. He pulled up his phone and started showing Jackie messages between him and Jennifer, real conversations with dates, names, everything. And the first bomb he dropped was the $1,500 0-cents conversation. Christian made it clear Jennifer reached out to him about getting into trading. She said she needed help funding her account. Christian agreed and transferred the $1,500 0-cents, but here's the twist. Kiki never funded her account. According to Christian, not only did she not follow through, but when he tried to check in about it, she went silent. He showed multiple follow-up texts where he asked about the trade progress. So when Evelyn and others tried to paint it like Christian disappeared or scammed her, those receipts told a very different story. He even reminded Jackie that Jennifer was the one who came to him, not the other way around. He didn't solicit anything, she asked for help, he delivered, and then got silence in return. And while Christian was calmly breaking it down, all eyes shifted to Jennifer, because what he revealed next left her stunned.
It was literally a situation where Shoni had this idea to do a show. She knew Evelyn, I knew her, we all had a conversation. Here's the thing, you do these shows, well, back then, we started in 2010.
Yeah.
You just never know what's going to come of it, right? And again, my motto is I got to try it to know if I love it or hate it. So I was like, okay, it sounds cool. They came to my house, filmed me, and then it was like, next thing I know, they were like, oh, we got picked up. We're starting to film. And I'm like, oh, okay. I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
Again, the show airs. You still don't know what to expect because you don't know if people are really going to be invested. And here we are.
You're right.
So let's talk about Jennifer. Because once Christian laid out the receipts, all eyes naturally turned to her. And let me tell you, she was quiet. You could see it on her face. Tight lips, nervous glance, that looked like you're trying to hold it together, but already know what's coming. She didn't really deny anything, but she also didn't jump to clarify things either, and that silence spoke volumes. Jackie, trying to keep the energy respectful but honest, gently nudged her to speak up. She wasn't trying to ambush Jennifer. This was about accountability. Jackie even gave her space to explain, asking her directly, "Is there something we're missing here?" But Jennifer kept it vague. She said she didn't think it was that serious and that she didn't expect it to become such a big issue, which only made Christian lean in harder. That's when Christian dropped another layer. He said this wasn't just about a refund or miscommunication, it was about what happened after the fact. Christian claimed that Jennifer was fully aware of the drama Evelyn was pushing, and instead of shutting it down, she let it ride. He said Jennifer might not have started the fire, but she sure didn't try to put it out either. According to him, Jennifer had multiple chances to clear his name, or at least share the full story with Evelyn, but she didn't. Instead, Christian says she played the background and let Evelyn run with the Christian scammed Kiki narrative, and that's what stung the most. Christian made it clear you knew the truth and you let them trash me like I was just out here finessing folks. That's when Jackie stepped in and cut to the point. You could have fixed all of this with $1,500, 0 cents, and some honesty. That line was different because Jackie wasn't just talking about money, she was talking about integrity. Like, why let a small issue snowball into public accusations, group division, and now this full sit-down drama? But just when Jennifer started to look like she might say something, Christian redirected the heat straight toward Evelyn. He said Evelyn was doing way too much for something that wasn't her business to begin with. Like, why was she pressing so hard over a situation between Christian and Jennifer, especially when she wasn't even involved in the original transaction? He asked Jackie, why is Evelyn the one leading the charge? Is she trying to protect Kiki, or is this about keeping the spotlight on her? Christian didn't accuse her of clout chasing outright, but he definitely hinted at it, and honestly, the question landed. Then came the real turning point, the felon clapback.
I am a married woman. I'm chewing on about 30 carats. Chomp, chomp.
There were stories coming out about Christian being a scammer, but she got married to this fool. She's dumb as
Oh my God.
Christian had clearly had enough of people throwing his past in his face, so he brought up Evelyn's own family, saying, y'all keep calling me a felon like I'm some predator or scammer, but Evelyn's daughter just had a baby with one too. So what are we really doing here? That changed the entire tone in the room. It wasn't just a comeback, it was a reminder that nobody in that circle was perfect. And using someone's past to discredit them while ignoring your own reality, that's where it crosses the line. Jackie's face said it all. She looked at Evelyn and said, "Don't throw stones at glass houses." And that line wasn't just a read, it was a full stop. Evelyn didn't say much after that. She looked caught off guard, maybe even a little embarrassed. What Christian did in that moment wasn't just defend himself, he put the whole group on notice, like, if we're going to talk about accountability, let's make sure it's across the board. You can't pick and choose when someone's past matters, especially when you've got similar stories sitting at your own kitchen table. At this point, even Jackie was like, okay, this went deeper than expected. What started as a sit down about a simple miscommunication had turned into a full reveal of group dynamics, hidden tension, and quiet betrayals. But Christian still wasn't done. After everything laid out, Christian took a moment to give his final word. He said straight up, if Kiki really wanted her money back, she just had to ask. The $1,500, 0 cents wasn't some mystery or secret he was hiding. He was willing to refund at any time. But the key thing, she never actually asked. Christian emphasized he wasn't here to dodge responsibility or bury the truth. He stood by his principles: honesty, transparency, and making things right when they were wrong. That's why he brought receipts, texts, and followed up consistently. He wasn't trying to ghost anyone or disappear. He wanted to resolve the issue cleanly from the start. Jackie acknowledged that kind of honesty. She said it was rare to see someone come through with facts and admit when something needed to be fixed instead of fueling gossip or running from problems. She appreciated Christian's straightforward approach because it cut through all the noise and rumors. Now, on the other side, Jennifer mostly stayed quiet. but her silence spoke louder than words. If you've ever watched someone realize they're wrapped up in a situation they no longer control, you know that face? Nervous, hesitant, caught off guard. Jennifer seemed to be processing the weight of the conversation, maybe even questioning her own role and how the story blew up. It was clear she wasn't ready to talk, or maybe didn't want to make things worse by saying the wrong thing. That silence left a lot open to interpretation. Was she regretful or just overwhelmed by the unexpected turn the whole thing took? Jackie's gentle pushing didn't get a response this time. Sometimes not saying anything is its own kind of answer. A fan comment says, Christian came with facts. Jennifer knew she was caught. Another one reveals, Evelyn is always inserting herself into drama that ain't hers. It's showing her clout chaser energy, and Christian wasn't wrong for calling it out. Alright, now I want to hear what you think. Was Christian keeping it real with those receipts and that offer, or is this all about cleaning up his image after the drama? And what about Jennifer? Should she have stepped up more to clear Christian's name and stop the rumors before they got so big? Finally, where do you stand on Evelyn? Is she genuinely fighting for Kiki? Or is this more about staying in the spotlight, stirring the pot, and keeping her name relevant? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to see what you all think, because this isn't just gossip. It's about loyalty, truth, and how people handle conflict in real life. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Trust me, y'all, if you thought this was messy, you haven't seen anything yet. I've got even more details and twists lined up for next week, so make sure you're tuned in. Until then, keep it real, and I'll see you soon.